Join us this time as we prepare and provision before setting off on a 2-week sailing adventure down the California coast. This trip was our reward after tackling some big projects on board, including a haul out, redoing the caulking on our teak decks, and of course the biggest one of them all, building our own mainsail. Of course, all these projects were still getting buttoned up in the last days before our departure.
Last minute wiring. Yeah, that shit's not gonna be long enough.
I thought we had bought a whole spool of that stuff.
No, I only bought 35 feet. Which still seems like it should have reached, but we eat up feet by the minute.
Prepping for our trip on Tuesday. Saturday night, trying to get our boat put back together so we can go offshore and take a couple weeks off. We'll see if we'll make it.
Oh, bull crap, don't say that.
I'm just kidding. We're gonna make it just fine. With all our ongoing projects, we had not sailed Gemini in a while, so we went through our sail inventory, making a mental note of where we had stored each sail.
All this stuff just looks like jerky to me. I just want to eat it.
Throw it in the ditch bag.
Yeah.
We got some pro fishing tips from the guys at Bay Tackle.
So what we're looking for is a rod and reel.
Okay.
You know, we also have the squid jig.
Okay.
You know,
To catch squid and stuff.
Yeah.
So in the evening after dinner or something, put a light out for a couple hours, and then just start jigging for fresh squid and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah. So just with that hand line like you showed us and the
just
cedar
toss it
plug.
out on the back,
Yeah.
and just let it go.
Sweet.
So if you do catch any fish, keep the heads, keep the carcasses.
Right, that's what, yeah.
Don't throw it
And
away.
put them in the
If
in the
possible, leave them out on the deck in the bucket. Get them nice and stinky.
Yeah.
That'll be perfect lobster.
yeah. What did we just do?
Buy some fishing gear. I am ready to catch some fish or some crab or some squid. I really want to catch a squid in the middle of the night.
That would be really
And
awesome. He said
have
just
them
turn on a
try
light
to
for a
ink them
couple
all
hours.
over the place, and then you just, oh man.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So late night doing boat work on Gemini today. I am taking a break to help get dinner going here. I'm almost done. I've got milanesa, corn, and squash. And I've got some broccoli with some melted cheese on top. And Jack is out here working. Let me go find him. Last little bit of sunlight. Jack is still knocking it out. Doing great. My hero! So it is Monday morning and we are supposed to be leaving tomorrow for our Channel Islands trip. And we've been looking at the weather the last 48 hours and things have changed to where it looks like it's gonna be really windy by the time we get down there. And the only thing we really know for sure about the Channel Islands is that you're not supposed to try and be out there when it's really gnarly and windy. So we're kind of at a decision point here. We're still prepping to at least start our little mini cruising vacation tomorrow, but we're gonna get Gemini set up, get the provisioning we need, and see where we end up. We might try and go down to Santa Cruz or Monterey for the first night, and then head to maybe San Simeon Anchorage, which we've never been to, which should have some decent protection from the crazy north winds that are coming our way. So we'll see. But we went sailing last night and didn't get out there before the sunset, but it was beautiful and the mainsail worked pretty well. We still have a couple little tweaks to do to our whole system, but we're getting there. Feels good to have accomplished that huge project. And it means we can sail our boat again. So we're excited. Just a little disheartened by the weather forecast for the next week. All right. Have fun sailing offshore for 2 weeks. Bye. Just kidding. He's just going to the pump out and fuel dock, and I'm headed with the last load of stuff to go up to our van to be stored for 2 weeks. You know, when you live on a boat, you end up also kind of living out of your car. We planned for a trip around 2.5 weeks long, so provisioning was a hefty 6 big bags of groceries. We are lucky to have Berkeley Bowl, an amazing grocery store which was our one-stop shop to provision and prep for this trip. It's a general rule of thumb that any time you are headed offshore, it's good to have extra food and provisions on board. All right, we are all provisioned up and ready to go. With our fridge packed and our fuel and water tanks topped up, we headed out for a long-awaited adventure. We ducked between Alcatraz and Angel Island as we headed towards the Golden Gate. How you feeling about this adventure?
Trying to get used to my life jacket. I'm getting hungry though, but I see 2 ships inbound. We have an outgoing tide. I'm going to try to hug the starboard side of the channel as much as possible, so when we get past number 4, we'll just crack off.
Okay.
But we haven't ran Gemini for very much, so I need to do some checks.
Yeah. Let's go do some offshore sailing. Jack's down below checking out the engine, making sure everything's running well and nothing's overheating. And we're headed out the gate. This trip was also acting as a shakedown cruise for our new mainsail, which we had only built just a couple days before leaving.
Alright, you want to go raise that? Both of them? Or just the jib first?
Just the jib first.
Okay.
I think.
Damn, so good!
And just like that, our sailing adventure had begun. Okay, jib out.
Yes, ma'am.
We're racing another boat that's headed down the coast. They're kind of beating us at the moment. How's that look?
Get to Half Moon Bay within no time. I can already see the antennas.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Damn, that guy is just beating us. I think we're getting closer slowly, but
Yeah.
damn it.
Always racing someone. Because I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too.
Ah, I don't want to get my socks wet. Oh yeah. Cruising.
Yeah.
She's just sailing herself down the coast.
Yep.
It's great. License plate number 1.
I think we're catching up to that dude too.
Yeah. That guy?
Mm-hmm.
He probably doesn't have half as much stuff on his boat as we do, though. So he's lighter. Just
What,
by
does it give
default.
him points?
No, it means he can go faster. That's why he's winning.
I don't think he's trimming well enough either.
Well, we've got a sweet new main, so. Woo-wee! Slowly losing wind as the sun is going down. Starting to get a little floppy with the swell. But we're still moving 4.5 knots. So we're gonna keep the sails up for a little longer and then decide if we want to take them down for nighttime and just motor. We'll see.
We are anchored in Santa Cruz. Got here early morning, somewhere around 3, and then we went crazy and caught crab until like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Last check for the night. It's like 5:30, so I think it's probably time to call it quits.
Had a little mini crab feast to start off our 2-week adventure. Wind's gonna pick up today, so we'll see how this anchorage goes.
That next morning, we were blessed with even more crab to feast on.
Brunch, anybody? Look at the size of that sucker! Holy crap!
Huge shout out to our friend Jocelyn, who lent us her hoop nets, which kept our bellies full on this trip.
Okay, you ready, honey? Look at that damn thing!
Oh my gosh. Careful, he might try and climb out.
Poor guy. I'm gonna eat you, I already told you.
R.I.P. Krabby. You're gonna be delicious. It is Thursday morning here in Santa Cruz. We woke up this morning and it's pretty darn foggy. We were hoping to leave about mid-morning, but you can tell the next boat anchored out. You can barely see him. We had a great dinner with some friends last night. Our friend Andy is anchored out just over there. That's his boat. So he motored over with a friend and we had dinner on board. Barely see Santa Cruz over there, hiding behind the fog. Second night here in the anchorage, we actually moved. We anchored the first night over there by the pier. We got in at night and we really didn't know where we were, what our surroundings were like, so we stayed a little on the outskirts. But this morning, it's nice to wake up with a little less roll and a little less seal action. All the sea lions like to sit underneath that pier, and you might be able to hear them right now. They're pretty noisy. Goodbye, foggy Santa Cruz anchorage. Headed to the fuel dock at Santa Cruz Harbor, which is somewhere over yonder in the fog. And then we will be heading down, hopefully to get at least to San Simeon Anchorage tonight. How's that spot up there?
It's great. I love seeing the waves coming from behind. Ooh, this one's a good one.
Hell yeah. Little did we know what was coming our way. Man, I could have just touched that wave right at the stern there. I watched the wind pick up quickly during my watch while Jack got some rest. It wasn't until I saw the crazy front we were about to be engulfed in that I woke Jack up and we decided to turn back towards Monterey Bay.
Going the wrong way, but it's alright. Sometimes you just gotta turn around.
Yeah. Woo, that was a good one.
Yeah. Holding on. Here we go. We got, oh, dolphins right underneath our bow. That was so sweet. 2 of them just surfing the, watch it.
Amidst the exciting slog upwind, we discovered some drainage issues due to the crazy amounts of water pooling on our decks. As we approached Monterey Bay Harbor, the winds died down and we said hello to a couple dolphins who came to show us the way.
We're cruisers.
What do cruisers do?
Find boat parts.
We got to Monterey Bay last night, Breakwater Cove?
Yep.
I think it's called. We ripped a bunch of slugs out of the mainsail. Join us next time as we spend a couple days in Monterey searching for parts and fixing our mainsail before heading down the coast, exploring some new anchorages, and we're visited by some of our favorite ocean friends. Until next time. If you like our videos, help keep this boat afloat. Subscribe and join our Patreon crew today.